So I'll be talking about the work culture in the Netherlands and what to do in a job interview. Work culture in the Netherlands is a bit different than other countries, so people keep their private life and work life quite separate, and it's quite disciplined. When you apply for a job, do not put your picture in the CV to avoid discrimination, and don't hesitate to discuss your salary during the interview. Don't dress like you are going to a wedding, so don't dress extremely formal, but dress like how you are going to go to the job in the same type of outfit. Do not hesitate to talk about your salary. So it's kind of it's a red flag if their interviewer doesn't tell you what salary you will be getting and when you can and how if they will promote it or not. And know some labor laws to prevent work abuse. Also, do not give your private life details to your interviewer. This is quite unnecessary, and don't criticize your previous job too much because that can makes them feel uncomfortable.
So I'll be talking about the work culture in Germany and what a candidate should pay attention to in a job interview. So first thing that comes to mind when we think about German work culture is punctuality and efficiency. So make sure you arrive on time for your interview, and if it's online, make sure you have a stable internet connection and a quiet space. I would say the work culture in Germany is definitely on the more formal side, long time planned and hierarchical, but also your managers act like your mentors, so your chance of getting a job increases if you show that you're interested in that position and you're willing to work towards the company's goals. You can also ask questions to show you're interested in that position, and also try to learn beforehand things about the company that you find interesting so you can show that you're prepared for the interview. Another thing is not to be too informal, so keep small talk to a minimum and get straight to the point, especially if you are applying for a more formal job. Always keep eye contact and be polite and respectful to the person who is interviewing you. One other way you can show that you're prepared for the job is to wear appropriate attire. So, for example, if the company you're applying is on the formal side, wear smarter clothes like suits, shirts and ties. But if it's on the more creative and a younger side, wear something more casual but still make it look professional.
So I'm going to talk to you about the similarities between Berlin and Amsterdam when it comes to getting a job and the interview process. So first of all, there are the obvious things like dressing appropriately and being on time. Punctuality is very important in both cultures. Furthermore, the timing of the interview will generally be the same, around 30 to 60 minutes. In both work cultures, it is also recommended to prepare and ask a number of questions during the interview. This also means that preparation is kind of the same in both cultures. You want to do a lot of research on the company to show that the interviewer that you know what you're getting into. And furthermore, discussing salary expectations is probably not advised during the first round of interviews in either culture. Another similarity is the importance of formality in the interview process. In both cultures, you want to keep things professional and you should not be discussing your private life during the interview or treating the interviewer like a friend. And then finally, of course, COVID has affected both job markets in similar ways. So the main way being that interviews are now online, and also a lot of work is now being done online as well.
I'm a Dutch student, but I'm doing my exchange now in Berlin, and I find quite a shocking difference in the work culture between the Netherlands and Germany. The thing is that everyone in Germany can study for free. Because of this, a lot of people are studying because they just simply can. Because of this, not a lot of people have the ambition of doing the things they studied, and this makes it harder to find the right candidate as a company. To find the right candidate, they will ask you for your grades in school. For me, this is very shocking because from my experience in the Netherlands, they will never ask you about your grades. And if some companies will ask you about a grade, it most likely only be about your thesis. But in Germany, this is very important, your grades. Even if you have a lot of experience in your work field, and applying at a job still requires your grades. So yeah.